Hello everyone, this is John, and I'm coming at you from Elk Heaven on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I want to talk a little bit today, do a little review of sorts for some elk calls that I love to use, and for different reasons and for different situations. But the first one I think is going to be this Elk 101. It's a single reed diaphragm call. I love it because it allows your tongue to move around a lot. It gets a lot of different tone and pitch to it. I love it because it's super easy to use, very realistic. You can bugle with it in a tube. You can sound like a cow and a calf real easy. You can switch back and forth. It makes a variety of really good sounds, super easy to use. And I'm probably the worst elk caller in the world. I find it easy to use. So if it's easy for me, it's got to be easy for other people. If you don't like diaphragm calls, for whatever reason, this is new on the scene. I picked it up this year. I love this one a lot. It's wooden, and it's kind of like you squeeze it, and as you squeeze it with your teeth, as you're going to bite down on this, and it's going to go, and see that? As you blow through it, it's gonna, and you push down, it's gonna make different sounds. I love it because it's super easy to use. Again, it is makes great elk sounds, great cow sounds. I can switch from a whiny and estrus elk, cow elk sound to just a calf sound. I can go to a lost calf call, or just a regular mew. You do such a variety in a very little time. I like to squeeze it with my teeth as a combination, also with my hand, so I can kind of control it better. It makes great noises, and it's very realistic. So other animals in the area may come to this call too, like coyotes. They may be curious because it sounds so real and they haven't heard it before, so they might come up and give you a look, in addition to elk, of course. And the last call I like to use, this has been mine for years, and this is the Primos Hyperlip Single, I think. Yep. And it has been awesome for years. About worn it out, probably my second or third rubber band around it, but it's been great. So if I'm in an area where I can get good sound and I need some distance, I need to be loud. If I can, I like this call because it can really reach out there. It's very realistic. It's consistent, so I like that. I like that about all the calls here. These are great elk calls to have. I'll try a little bit of each when I'm out there just to see who's biting on what. But they're all super easy to use. They all have great sound, very convincing, and so. And for different reasons, I find the diaphragm call isn't going to be too loud unless you use it with a bugle tube, right? So that's the thing with the diaphragm. But if you're up close, if you've got animals in close, then that's perfect sound, perfect ability to sound very real, like an elk, a cow elk. This is the elk reel, also very easy to use, not super loud. It can be. Depends on the pressure you're pushing in through the as you blow, but it's kind of on the quiet side. Fits in your mouth. It's a little bit on the bulky side, but it's okay because you get a good feel for it then. So it's very realistic. I just love the sound. It's a good sound for elk, for calling an elk. And then Hyperlip Single, I like that when I want to reach out far. I want to be a whiny cow in estrus or a lost cow, and I really want to reach out. We're talking across the ridge, down the valley, something further out. So it can get real loud and very consistent. All of them very good ones. Very good calls. I recommend them highly.